God Premanande. The lotus feet of our spiritual master are the only way by which we can attain pure devotional service. I bow down to his lotus feet with great awe and reverences. By his grace, one can cross the ocean of material suffering and obtain the mercy of Krishna. My only wish is to have my consciousness purified by the words emanating from his lotus mouth. Attachment to his lotus feet is the perfection that fulfill all desires. He opens my darkened eyes and fills my heart with transcendental knowledge. He is my Lord, birth after birth. From his ecstatic prema emanates. By him, ignorance is destroyed. The Vedic scriptures sing of his character. Our spiritual master is an ocean of mercy, friend of the poor, and Lord and master of the devotee. O Master, be merciful unto us. Give us the shade of your lotus feet. Your fame is spread all over the three worlds. We take shelter of your lotus feet. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Maharaj will do it. What you want to do next?
घ्या तुम्ही घेणं काय आहे
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimata Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamine. Oh. Wrong melody. You got the wrong melody. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesa Sunyavari Tasya Chare Satarine. Kiva Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Ajatika Sobha. Shiva Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Aratika Soba Jana Vitatavane Ragamanadova Jana Vitatavane Ragamanadova Jake Nini Shaitan Ame Gadadada Jake Venitai Chan Omega Dada Nikate Adita Sini Vasa Chatadara Too much hot. Too hot. Nikate Adita Sini Vasa Chatadara Vase Achen Burachan Adna Simmasane Vase Burachan Radna Simmasane Arati Karina Brahma Adi Devagane There's two lines. Arati Karina Brahma Adi Devagane Arati Karina Brahma Devanara Adhikari Samadulaya Shivanara Hare Adhikari Samadulaya Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Gosayadikaya Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Gosayadikaya Sankha Bhaje Ganta Bhaje Bhaje Kajatala Sankha Bhaje Ganta Bhaje Bhaje Kajatala Amaduram Ranga Bhaje Paramarasala Amaduram Ranga Bhaje Paramarasala Sankha Bhaje Ganta Bhaje Madha 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 Bhaje Sankha Bhaje Ganta Bhaje Madha 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 Bhaje Sankha Bhaje Ganta Bhaje Madha 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 Bhaje Madha 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 Bhaje Madha 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 Bhaje Madha 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 Bhaje Haribo 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 Nitai Gaur Haribo Nitai Gaur Haribo 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 Nitai Gaur Haribo Baho Kati Chandra Jini Vadana Yuchala He Baba Kati Chandra Dini Adana Ichala Agala Desevanamala Kore Dalamala Agala Desevanamala Kore Dalamala Seva Seva Narada Vime Gaddakara Shiva Shiva Sukhana Radha Hime Gada Gada Bhaktate Vinoda Deke Gaurara Sampada Bhaktate Vinoda Deke Gaurara Sampada Orange arote soba Rajarana manarava Orange arote soba Rajarana manarava Raja Kadana Manarava Adibo 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 Nitago Adibo Nitagora Haribo 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 Nitagora Haribo Nitagora Haribo 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 Nitagora Haribo Jaya Se Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Se Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Harinam Sankirtanya ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajikacharya Stotra Satyasi Siman Abhay Charananda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Iskcon Samstapakacharya Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kunda Radha Gunda Giri Govardhan ki jai. Sri Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Sri Ramayapur ki jai. Sri Jagannath Puri Dham ki jai. Ganga Mai Munamai ki jai. Samaveta Bhaktavind ki jai. Harinam Sankirtan Yagya ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vind ki jai. Bhakti Devi ki Tulasi Maharani ki. Yamuna Mai ki, Ganga Mai ki, Samaveta Bhaktavinda ki jai. All glories to the Assam devotees. All glories to the Assam devotees. All glories to the Assam devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Lada Lada Daine. Hiranyakasi Purvakshaha. Hiranyakasi Purvakshaha. Shila Tankana Kanane. Shila Tankana Kanane. Ito Nisinga Parato Nisinga. Ito Nisinga Parato Nisinga. Yato yato yamitato nisinga. Bhaye nisinga hidaye nisinga. Bhaye nisinga hidaye nisinga. Narsingamadin saranam prapade. Narsingamadin saranam prapade. Tavagala kamalavare nakamadutta singa. Danita Hiranyakasipu Tanabringam Kesavadita Narari Rupa Jai Jaganesha Hare Jai Jaganesha Hare Jai Jaganesha Hare. Tava Kala Kamala Vajena Kamadutta Singha Danita Iranekasipu Tana Bengan Kesavadita Nanari Rupa Jaya Jagani Sahare Jai Jagani Sahare Jai Jagani Sahare Jaya Nisingadev, 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 Jaya Nisingadev. Jaya Nisingadev, Nisingadev, Jaya Nisingadev, Nisingadev. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Bhakti Vikta Vinasana Singare Bhagavan Ki Jai, Prahlad Maharaj Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaisnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Bhakti Vikna Vinasana Singri Bhagavan Ki Jai. Prahlad Maharaj Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande.
Recorded?
It's being live streamed. You're on all over the internet now. There's many thousands of people are watching you. Yes, and it will stay on YouTube also forever, as long as YouTube lasts. So look your best, hold your breath.
Before the coronavirus attacks it. Does that sound good?
Not 3 years, no. That was for 5 years, the temple president.
Okay. 5 years. Let us spend 2 years. Wow. Let us spend 2 years preaching in Europe.
No, that's all rubbish. Anyway, you make something more spontaneous.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for coming. Everybody can come a little bit in the front. We'd like to welcome His Holiness Kadamba Swami Maharaj with a loud Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Some brief introduction. Maharaj joined Iskcon in 1978 in Amsterdam. in Vrindavan. Oh, that's also wrong, man. So until 1984, he managed various projects in Iskcon, in Vrindavan. From 1985 to 1990, he coordinated the construction of Srila Prabhupada Samadhi in Mayapur. Then for 5 years, he was the temple president in Vrindavan and spent many years preaching in Europe, still preaching in Europe and many countries around the world. He took sannyas, the renounced order of life, in 1997 and is now also an initiating guru in Iskcon. So let's welcome him again with a loud Haribol, Haribol, Haribol. Is anybody coming here for the first time? I know Mike and Daniel, you can just stand up if you don't mind. If anybody else coming here for the first time, please stand up, please stand up. We'd like to welcome you all, but especially those coming here for the first time with a loud Haribol, Haribol, Haribol. Thank you. Please take your seats. Krishna Prabhu will give a small token gift from our center. Please continue coming. And if you have any feedback for us to improve, please let us know. Hare Krishna. So now we'll have a discourse by His Holiness Kanna Swami Maharaj. Thank you very much. Come on in. Okay.
Yes, here, not a table. Just put it right there. Come. Put it right there. Like this. Yes, done. No, don't put any support there. I do it every time like this. Take this off. It's too very low. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopidhanavallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopidhanavallabha Girivardhari Yasodanandana Brajananarandana Yasodanandana Brajananarandana Yamunaya Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopiranandaba Girivaradari Jaya Gopiranandaba Girivaradari Yasodanandana Brajadanaranjana Yasodanandana Brajadanaranjana Yasodanandana Brajadanaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasade Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jai Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Harinam Sankirtan Yagya ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Thank you. This also. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We're reading from the Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 9, the most confidential knowledge, text number 1. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Idam tute guyatamam Pravaksyami anasuyave Jnanam Vijnana Saitam Yat Gyatva Mokshase Subhaj. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, My dear Arjuna, because you are never envious of me, I shall impart to you this most confidential knowledge and realization, knowing which you shall be relieved of the miseries of material existence. Purport. As a devotee hears more and more about the Supreme Lord, he becomes enlightened. This hearing process is recommended in Srimad Bhagavatam. The messages of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are full of potencies, and these potencies can be realized if topics regarding the Supreme Godhead are discussed amongst devotees. This cannot be achieved by the association of mental speculators or academic scholars. For its realized knowledge, the devotees are constantly engaged in the Supreme Lord's service. The Lord understands the mentality and sincerity of a particular living entity who is engaged in Krishna consciousness and gives him the intelligence to understand the science of Krishna in the association of devotees. Discussion of Krishna is very potent, and if a fortunate person has such association and tries to assimilate the knowledge, then he will surely make advancement towards spiritual realization. Lord Krishna, in order to encourage Arjuna and higher elevation in his potent service, described in this 9th chapter matters more confidential than he had already disclosed. The purport continues, but we'll start to comment. Om Brahmagyanatimarandasya Gyanandana Salakaya Shakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Pada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaisnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagarajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lagadita Sivisakan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Visabhanu Sutta Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyacha Kripa Sindhubhyaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaisnavebhyo Namo Namah Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Machita matkata prana buryantas parasparam katayantas chamam nicha tushanti cha ramanti cha. It is said that by hearing the descriptions about Krishna, that and one dedicates himself to this hearing, then one's consciousness becomes absorbed. And the result is tushyanti cha ramanti cha. One becomes very satisfied, tushyanti. And one is greatly relishing and enjoying these stories and pastimes of Krishna because, yes, the pastimes of Krishna are very lively. They are playful. Krishna, as a boy, along with his cowherd boy friends, is stealing the butter and yogurt in the houses of the various residents in Vrindavan. So, in order to make it more difficult for them, they have hung the pots from the ceiling with ropes. But then the cowherd boys make a human tower and still manage to somehow or other get to that butter. Therefore, the latest trick was to hang bells on the pots, so that these bells would make noise whenever the boys would move the pots. So, and it being a little dark, this seemed to be a very good strategy. However, not counting on Krishna, not realizing that Krishna is the supreme controller, they had miscalculated. Because Krishna simply told those bells, don't ring. Then what would the bells do? So Krishna and his cowherd boy friends grabbed the pots and the bells were totally quiet. Everything. Then they broke the pots. No noise from the bells whatsoever. But then Krishna started eating, and immediately the bells started ringing like anything. So Krishna said to the bells, "What is this? Be quiet, you're getting me in trouble." And he started eating again. And again the bells started ringing. So finally Krishna said, "Why are you ringing?" They said, "What can we do? When you're eating, we have to ring." That is the religious principle. What to do when Krishna eats? Bells are ringing. That is scripture. What can the bells do? So in this way, these pastimes of Krishna, they are not dry, they are very nice. They are full of many entertaining details. We remember that one time Mother Yasoda had Krishna on her lap, and suddenly Krishna became very heavy. So she naturally put the child down. Next minute this huge wind begins and it just swept up a lot of dust, so much dust that she couldn't see anything. And she couldn't see Krishna any longer. Then it was Trinavarta, the whirlwind demon, who grabbed Krishna and took Krishna high up in the air. But remember, when just before Krishna was sitting on the lap of his mother, Krishna became very heavy. So this was foreboding something. So as Krishna was taken up in the air, he put his arms around the neck of the demon, and then he became very heavy. So suddenly, that demon who with great force was taking Krishna upwards felt pulled down by Krishna's weight. And as a result, he fell down, fell to the earth, and smashed, and gave up his life. And somehow or other, Krishna was not affected by the fall. He was simply there sitting next to this demon, and all the elder residents of Vrindavan came and said, oh, Narayan, Narayan, Narayan has saved this boy. It is a miracle. It is a miracle. How is this possible? How is it possible? Krishna is the unlimited Supreme Personality of Godhead, and yet at the same time playing like a child. Why is the Supreme Lord playing as a child? Lord Brahma came, and Lord Brahma saw that Krishna was just standing there and holding some rice mixed with yogurt and bananas in his left hand, the wrong hand. Yes, and Lord Brahma was thinking, this boy, who is this boy? Now, is this the boy that all these residents of Vrindavan have been talking about? Oh yes, lately. So much talk about this boy Krishna. Now, I grant you, he's a very nice boy, and I must say, he has some power, this boy. Oh yes, no, he's not like an ordinary boy. I mean, this boy, listen to this, he lifted a hill, a whole hill he lifted. Not any boy can do that. So certainly that was a major feat. And yes, then what happened was that naturally these local village people from Vrindavan, they're not very educated. They are simple people, they naturally were very impressed. And why not? He lifted a hill. But then they made so much out of that, so much, that they forgot the proper perspective. See it like this. Myself, Lord Brahma. Myself, Lord Brahma, I am doing the entire creation. You know what that means, right? Whole universe. Hill, universe, you see the difference? I'm putting planetary systems. Planetary systems. You understand what I'm talking? Planetary systems I'm putting in their place. Yes, I'm doing. The boy lifts a hill. No? It is nice that he lifts a hill. But what is a hill compared to a planet? Therefore, let me show these residents of Vrindavan who I am and who this boy is, so that actually the proper understanding is there. After all, I am Pitamaha, the original grandfather and creator of this entire universe. Hill universe. Samajh gaya? Acha, take. So in this way, the entire pastime took place, and then Lord Brahma stole the calves and cowherd boys, all the friends of Krishna, and he put them somewhere in a cave. And then Krishna had just gone looking for a calf. So when Krishna, he thought then Krishna will come back and he will not find his friends. They will all have disappeared, vanished. Then let's see his confusion. But when Lord Brahma came back, the boys and the calves were still there. Lord Brahma says, how is this? I just put them in the cave. And now they're here. He went to the cave, the boys were in the cave. He came back to Krishna, the boys were with Krishna. He said, what is happening here? There, all these boys and calves transformed into Vishnu Murtis, into four-armed forms of Lord Vishnu. So in this way, Brahma could understand. This boy who stood there with just some rice and banana and yogurt in his hand, this boy is not a boy at all. He looks like some simple village boy, but this boy is actually Ishvara Parama Krishna. He is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Parameshwar, the Supreme Controller. So yes, this is the proper understanding that Krishna is indeed the Supreme Controller. Madbhayat vativati yai. That out of fear of me, the wind is blowing. It says, yes. Everything, the whole universe is simply under his control. Maya jakshena prakriti suyati sachara charam hetunanena kuntiya. He is the hetu. He is the cause of everything within this universe. Then, why does he appear like a child? Isn't that awkward? The Supreme Lord, the Supreme Controller, comes and plays like a child. He runs around with boys and he plays with them. He imitates the sounds of animals. Is that God? You want us to believe that? Doesn't make sense. If you speak about God, then you expect a being that is greater than human. A being that is far greater than human. Isn't it? We don't expect that God has human-like qualities and plays like a child. Really? You believe that? Just because you are a Gujarati? No. No. Every philosopher can understand that God must be something greater than human. If you bring down God to the human level, this is known in philosophy as anthropomorphism, where you are projecting your own human experience on divinity. What do you think? Ah. No. My dear scholars, you are very learned. You have studied so many things, but unfortunately, the wrong things. What to do? Imagine, many years in university. Oh yes, so much sweat to somehow or other cram all that knowledge in your head, to pass all the exams, the anxiety, the pressure, intense, PhD, right? It is such a thing that it is meant to bring a person to the edge. They put you through this educational system and they push you and drive you and they bring you to the edge where you think it is too much, I can't take it anymore. That's where they want you to be. And then somehow or other you struggle through. It is not study at all, it is like an initiation ritual. And after that you come out, after the PhD studies, and then all you can say is, perhaps, maybe, possibly, it could be that, because they have now transformed you, and now you have learned critical thinking. Yes. And they said to Prabhupada, they said, oh, why are you so dogmatically saying that Krishna is God? And Prabhupada responded and said, why are they so dogmatically saying that Krishna is not God when they've never seen him? Because Prabhupada was not a theoretical scholar. Prabhupada was not just a scholar of some knowledge from the book. Prabhupada had lived the book and realized the book, and as a result, he did not just on the basis of a text say, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He could see him face to face, as we can see each other face to face. Sorry for you. That you have to look at me, but what to do? Anyway, just close your eyes. Srila Prabhupada, therefore, was speaking from a realized platform. So when Prabhupada said, Krishna is God, then he based that on Vedic literature, and then he realized that Vedic literature, and then he was able to see God directly. Okay. That's very nice. But our philosophers made a lot of sense when they spoke about anthropomorphism. When you are turning God into a human being, that really doesn't make sense, because he's much greater and he's the supreme controller. And why do you want to ascribe some sort of human body to the Supreme Lord? Is it that it is easier for you to understand, and that therefore you have given him this human form? No, it is not because of that. We may think that ultimately spirituality is in essence based on knowledge, and that as one gets more and more knowledge of what is really the cause of all causes and what is the purpose of everything, when one gets knowledge about the cause of things and about the purpose of things, that then one can realize spiritual knowledge. And in this way, one can become a great saintly personality, a great sage. And great sages have knowledge. One may think in this way. But knowledge is not the goal in spiritual life. Knowledge is only secondary. These days also, knowledge is highly respected. What are your qualifications? Sir, please. What are your qualifications? Yes. Can you please give me your CV? CV. Yes. Oh, okay. Acha, only masters? Only? Acha, only masters? Huh? He has only masters. Oh. I'm very sorry. Yes. Yes. In my family, everyone is PhD. Everyone, whole family. Yes, even the dogs and the cats, they have also. They all have PhD. Yes. That is because that is important to us. Oh yes, this is important. Somehow or other, drive your children, push them. Somehow or other, educate them by force. I don't want. You must be educated. The best university, the best degree, no less is acceptable to us. My son, oh yes, he's gone to the best university. Yes, best degree. Yes. Because this is very important to us. Knowledge, intelligence. So Srila Prabhupada went to London. And in London, in case you know, they have a club. They have many clubs in London. London is famous for the various clubs. You know, you can become a member of a club in London. And yes, there is a club which is entitled the Mensa Club. Have you heard of the Mensa Club? Oh dear, you have not heard. Oh dear. Well, I will enlighten you right now about the Mensa Club. The Mensa Club is a club. If you want to enter the door, you have to have a minimum IQ of 148 and no less. Are you ready to do the test? Somehow or other, Prabhupada was invited in the Mensa Club. And as Prabhupada was invited, his host was a barrister. Oh yes, London barrister. So they had a discussion, and Prabhupada began to explain based on Srimad Bhagavatam, Yataror mula nisichenena, and was explaining that if you want a tree to flourish, that you must pour the water on the roots of the tree and not on the leaves of the tree. If you pour water on the roots of the tree, that will have no benefit. The benefit you get by pouring the water on the root. So then the lawyer said, Swamiji, I don't agree. I don't agree because you can pour the water on the leaves and get a great benefit. A great benefit, sir. If you pour the water on the leaves, because if you pour the water on the leaves, you can make a delicious beverage called tea. So the man thought he was very smart. Very smart. Then Prabhupada sort of looked at it like, uh-oh. And then he continued. Prabhupada began to explain. He said, just like the hand. The hand, you look at your hand, hold it like this. If you do that, you will see there's the light side and the dark side of the hand. Prabhupada said, just in the same way, the light side is the influence of Krishna and the dark side is the influence of Maya. So Prabhupada says, yes, Krishna is like the sun and Maya is like the shadow side of the sun. Then again the barrister said, sir, I'm not agreeing. No. Because the sun has no shadow side. The sun is light on all sides. And he said, if there is shadow side, that is only from the perspective of the observer. Prabhupada said, yes, that's what I meant. In this way, the discussion unfolded. So at the end, the barrister said, Swamiji, it was a very nice debate. Thank you very much. Prabhupada said, oh. Then he said, I have one more request. Prabhupada said, yes. My request is, would you like to do our test? Prabhupada said, Test? What test? He said, an intelligence test, the man said. Prabhupada said, intelligence? He said, intelligence is not very important. For the first time in his life, this lawyer didn't know what to say. It's like, intelligence not very important. He's just shocked, sitting there, not knowing what to say. Then Prabhupada said, but we have our own test. And the lawyer said, but you have your own test? Your own test? What test is that? Prabhupada said, we have a test to see how God conscious someone is. And then he left, took his chadar, threw it over the shoulder, and walked away. And who was more intelligent? And who had won the debate? Prabhupada walked away, victorious, even in the Mensa Club. Yes. Dadami buddhi yogam tam. I will give you intelligence by which you can come to me. That is intelligence. What is the point if you can put the square blocks in round holes and all such tests? How important is that? Right? If I go 2, 7, 13, what is the next number? Okay. 2, 7, 13. What is the next number? Anybody knows? Oh, 20, huh? You know everything. You are very, very expert. But what is the use of that, of such knowledge? When Prabhupada came to New York, a journalist came, and the journalist approached him. And the journalist said, I have heard that the Guru knows the answer to all questions. And Prabhupada said, yes. He said, then, how many windows in the Empire State Building? And Prabhupada said, how many drops of water in a mirage? And in this way he answered the question perfectly. Basically saying, your Empire State Building is a mirage. It's just an illusion. And what is the point of asking how many drops of water in a mirage? Because it's an illusion. What is the point of asking how many windows in the Empire State Building? It's an illusion. Your whole Empire State Building. Today, your Empire State Building is there. Tomorrow, your Empire State Building will be gone. Not only your Empire State Building will be gone, your whole empire will be gone. Oh yes. One day, the American dream will be over. where will you all go? Huh? Maybe to China. Have to be careful for viruses though. Anyway, yes, who knows the way it's going. So, in this world, no kingdom remains. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a particular section in the 11th canto, and it is known as the Bhumi Gita. There are different Gitas. There is the Bhagavad Gita, the song of Bhagavan. There is the Uddhava Gita, what was spoken to Gita. Then another Gita is the Bhumi Gita, the song of Bhumi, the song of the earth. So it is in the 11th canto of Bhagavatam. And then the earth begins to speak. And the earth says, many men have tried to possess me, have tried to rule me, have tried to conquer me. And now, what remains of them is only names. And even those are forgotten with time. Great emperors who conquered. Yes, Alexander the Great. He came. Great conqueror. Napoleon Bonaparte. Great conqueror. Where are they now? Gone. Where are they now? Yes, life after life. Life after life, the soul is on a journey. Life after life, the soul changes body. One life a king, next life a mouse. Who can control? One life in America, next life who knows where? Who knows where? No guarantee. Is there any temple where you can go which guarantees you an American passport next birth? You can get it this life, somehow or other. But can we get it again in the next life? No guarantee. No guarantee. In this way, all these things come and go. Our identities, temporary, so important. All our possessions, so important. Whatever we've built up, years and years of hard labor. You think we got it for nothing, young men? Do you know? How much we worked for this? And you just take it for granted? What? Young man. You have no respect. No appreciation. You will see. Time will teach you a lesson. Mark my words. Yes, the old man is speaking. Fine, so much hard work to build something up. But it is a sand castle. Or it is simply temporary. The waves of time will destroy all the sand castles. All of them. So how important it is. I grew up in a very big house, and there were so many rooms in the house. There was study room, dressing room, right? Billiard room. Even the dog had his own room, right? Why does a dog need his own room? Is that necessary? Isn't that a little bit wasteful? To give your dog own room? So what are we working for? I'm working to give my dog his own room? These things are these things about building our kingdom in this world are addressed by the Bhumi Gita, by the song of the earth. Who is saying, nothing of that will remain. So let us look at that. Now, let me go back to Krishna. So we are in this world, temporary, yes. Now let me go back to where I was in the beginning of this talk about Krishna and his human form, which I explained very nicely to you. I think so, if you understood it. You sure did, because you are all intelligent. You all knew number 20. So, you are all intelligent, so I'm sure you understood that it doesn't make sense that God would have human-like qualities. It doesn't make sense, because he's all-powerful, and really, to reduce him to some sort of human feature is simply, obviously, an arrangement for us to more easily understand him. No! This is not it. Because it's not about understand. The highest thing in this world is not knowledge. The highest thing is not understanding. The highest thing is love. That is the highest thing we have, ultimately. Greater than PhD, ultimately. Yes. Greater than everything we possess is ultimately love. Yes. I mean, I can bring the gun and I can say, your money or your wife. Not life, they say usually life. This time I say, your money or your wife. Difficult choice. It's a hard choice. But that's the test, Ultimately, love is greater. Oh no, to save my family. Yes, take it. All right, take it. Yes. In most cases. In some cases, take the wife. But I'm saying we're speaking about love now. Ultimately, love is more important. So, that is what spiritual life is also about. It is about love of God. That's not only uniquely known to us. The Sufis, Muslims, they know it too. There was one of the Sufi saints was actually a lady from Basra. And she, one day, she comes out of the house and she carries a bucket of fire and a bucket of water. So people say, oh, you're carrying a bucket of fire and a bucket of water? What you going to do with that? She said, oh, with this water, I'm going to put out the fire of hell. I said, oh, very good, very good, very good. What you going to do with the fire? She said, with the fire, I'm going to burn heaven. Oh, you're going to burn heaven? Well, that's not good. Why? Then she said, I'm going to put out the fire of hell because so many people are only appreciating religion because they don't want to go to hell. They're just afraid. That's why they're religious. And then others, they just follow religion because they want to go to heaven. That's why I'm going to burn heaven. Because the real purpose of religion is to develop love of God. That's it. So that's the essence. Now, in the Bhagavad Gita, there is in the 11th canto a description how Krishna shows the universal form. And when Krishna shows the universal form, he shows this huge form with many faces, many mouths, hands everywhere. And in this form, he's all-pervading and controlling the entire universe. When Arjuna sees that form, he can't relate to this form. He sees how time is present of this form. And he sees how all the heroes of the of the Battle of Kurukshetra, millions of people, 640 million people, are disappearing into the mouths of these universal forms, the many mouths, and just are being chewed up by the teeth of time. So when he sees this, how living beings take birth and how living beings die and how just death touches everything, it is just too much. It is overwhelming. When Arjuna sees the bigger picture, not just this little life and our little home in some little garden, in a little state, in a little corner of the world, with a little car in front of the door, or maybe 2 little cars, or even 3 little cars, and some little bank account, and just a little time to have all these things. Not that, but seeing actually the bigger picture. Arjuna saw the bigger picture. And he saw how time is devouring everyone. When Arjuna saw that feature of God, he was full of fear immediately. And Arjuna asked the Lord, please take your original form. Then the Lord took a 4-armed form. Then the Lord took his 2-armed form of Krishna. And that 2-armed form of Krishna, that human-like form, Arjuna could relate to. Then, yes, then he could come close to God. Then he could have an intimate relationship with God. And that is why the Lord appears in a human form, so that he can come in a very close relationship with his devotees. Because that is his interest. Because not only is it that the devotee is interested in love of God, but God himself is also interested in having a loving relationship with every living being. And therefore, in this human-like form, there is the most intimate relationship and the most deepest exchange of love. And that is why this feature of the Supreme Lord is the Supreme. That is why the personal feature of the Supreme Lord, where he stands there as a cowherd boy, little rice, yogurt mixed with bananas in his hand. That is why that form is the most important, even more important than the 4-armed form of Narayan. Oh yes, there was the universal form. That was difficult to relate to. Then there was Narayan. Yes, we can relate to Narayan, but Narayan, still it is, we are bowing down, oh Narayan, oh Narayan. We're bowing down, oh Narayan, oh Narayan. You go to South India, to Tirupati. Have you been to Tirupati? Some of you have been. Tirupati. Tirupati, yes. It is a very special darshan, only very short. But if you pay, then you get a little longer. Or if you take sannyas, then you don't have to pay. And then you get longer darshan. Yes. There are some benefits to sannyas. I can privately tell you more, but I leave that aside. Anyway, so if we go to this temple, then we come to this huge deity. And in fact, if you go in the temple, at the door, there is a man sitting with a huge drum, 2 meters in diameter, and he has big sticks, and he's beating that drum. Boom, boom. And we start walking on the rhythm of the steps. Boom, boom, boom. And we're coming step by step closer before the Supreme Lord. Boom, and there he is. But it's only a very small area for darshan, so you go in and then they push you out in moments. Fatafat. So, keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open. Anyway, then we see the majestic form of Lord Narayan. So Narayan, Narayan. Narayan, Narayan. Narayan, Narayan. Out. That's it. I had to stand in line and everything for a long time. So, but still, although Narayan is wonderful, he's very far. It's very hard to connect. So in South India, they refer to the deity in Tirupati as Venkatesh. That is his name, Venkatesh. In North India, they gave the deity another name. Balaji. Balaji. And that name, it stuck actually. That name came from the North Indians, not from the South. Because in North India, he's Balaji. He's Krishna, Balrup, he's our Krishna. Yes, we know him. He likes ladus. Yes, our Krishna. He takes also milk, yogurt, all this. He likes sweets. Yes, he has a sweet tooth. Yes. But our Balaji, he's our bacha. He's our boy. He's our boy. Yes, so because that is where Krishna appeared. In Vrindavan, and of course, Gujarat is the backyard of Vrindavan. So, in this way, that is where Krishna is worshipped, and where the devotees get very close to the Lord. Therefore, they call him Balaji. South is more formal. Venkatesh. So see this spirit. Therefore, even the form of Krishna is even greater than the form of Narayan. Because in that form, we can approach Krishna very intimately. That is why in this temple, the principal deity is Krishna. Not any other form, not any other deity. It is there we can actually experience the most wonderful, loving exchange between the Lord and His devotees. Sadhunam hridiyamayam, sadhunam hridiyam tvaham, mat anyate na janati naham tevyo manag api. Which means that I am always in the heart of my devotee, Krishna speaking, and the devotee is always in my heart. So the loving exchange, love of God is not one way. It is not the devotee is loving God and God sends Asirvad, blessings. No. He also gets involved in that loving relationship. There's an intimate loving exchange between the Lord and His devotee. And this is the secret of Krishna Bhakti. And this is the ultimate purpose of this temple. This temple is for that, to develop our loving relationship with Krishna. And to attract the attention of Krishna by our service. That is what Srila Prabhupada, who's sitting there on a beautiful throne, as the spiritual master of this movement, that is what he came to give. That love of God. Therefore, that is the reason why we are here on Sunday. And even on Monday, we remember that. And that is more important than anything else. To somehow or other cultivate that love for Krishna. And all our songs and all our drumming and all our clanging and all on the kartals and the banging and all these things and all the cooking and everything are for that purpose. To develop that love of God. And love, you can see parents, they love their children. And it's not just, that you stand there, and look at the child with tears in your eyes and say, "Oh, my child, I love you so much. Oh, you don't know how much I love you, my child. And you're standing there crying, "My child, I love you to death." No, loving the child means you are serving the child, right? Oh, dressing the child is cold. Put on your warm clothes. Oh no, you can't eat that. Oh, you must eat this. Oh, you must go to bed this time. Oh, you must do this. Oh, you must do that. Too much almost. But that's love. Huh? They care. They care. So love means to serve. And that is why, since love of God is in the center in this temple, therefore devotional service to Krishna is in the center. And therefore we ask everyone, oh, please do some service. And they say, oh, I'm so sorry, but I mean, my auntie is very ill, we have to go home now. But some other time, definitely. Can you give a donation? Oh, it is a very difficult time now. Of course, we always want to give, but this time very difficult. No. Give. Never, whenever they ask, never say no. Because whenever they ask for service, don't say no. Somehow or other, give something. This is actually the proper attitude. Whatever they ask, somehow or other, let us find a way to do it. So, all right. For Krishna, yes, we will do. Somehow or other. If it's a very big amount, like for Mayapur, if you want to help to build the city in Mayapur, I know, you know the TOVP, the temple, that's 100 million, right? Now, I was in Mayapur, he forgot it when he was reading the list. He knew about the Samadhi, but he didn't know in this list that I worked for 4 years on the Mayapur master plan, right? And that as part of the Mayapur master plan, my service was to come up with a price, how much it's actually going to cost to build the Mayapur city. So I know how much it costs if we do it in 25 years. And we just need a few donations. I need only 23 donations of 1 billion each. And then we will build you the Mayapur city. So if anyone wants to come make a pledge now, that will be very nice. Only 1 billion. You can take it from Donald Trump. Anyhow, so in this way, for Krishna, we must be ready, always. Whatever service, not only should we wait, some people wait until they ask, can you do some service? Then yes, I'll do some service. And then again, nothing until you ask, can I do some service? So this is the lowest level in bhakti. This is santaras, where you stand, you'll only do when you ask. But in dasya, you look what services needs to be done. You don't. If you see, oh, some cleaning is needed here, you do it. You do it. In this way, it is through service, through devotional service, that we will flourish and that our temple will flourish. Ever, somehow or other, let us be very enthusiastic about serving and very enthusiastic about speaking about Krishna, singing His holy name, discussing Shastra, and then miracles will happen. Miracles will happen. And what these miracles will be, let us see. Let us see. Prabhupada came with 40 rupees. And see what happened. See what happened. Miracles happened. And are still happening. That Mayapur city is a miracle, and it's happening. I don't know where we're going to get the 23 billion from. But if you know, please let me know. If you If you know somebody, you can please introduce me. Because, yeah. Any questions? Okay. Oh, yes. As loud and clear as you can, because I'm as deaf can be.
So is it that all material-based knowledge, is it all useless, or is it simply useless not to use it in dedication to Krishna?
Is all material knowledge useless? Well, there is knowledge about how to tie your shoestrings. There's knowledge about how to drive a car, and so on. So material knowledge can be used in the service of Krishna. It can be. I mean, we see Sukadeva Goswami was not interested. He didn't have any education. Nothing. He just didn't bother about it. He just spoke the Bhagavatam. So it depends what we want to do. If we are only interested in Krishna, we can be like Sukadeva Goswami. Then we don't need it. But if we are interested in Krishna but also need, want something in this world, yes, then we need that education, and then we can get the things in the world, and then we use the things in the world for Krishna. So really it depends. We can use mundane education for Krishna, but it's not required. Sukadev, he never bothered. Jat Bharat, he never bothered. Like this, we see examples in the Bhagavatam of great saintly personalities. They didn't bother. They just, no, only Krishna. Kichit Kevalaya Bhakcha Vasudev Parayana. Only Krishna. And service to Krishna at every moment. Great sages. But we ordinary people, yes, we need an education. Yes, yes. I also have an education to an extent. And I have a driver's license and many other things. Swimming diploma. Yes. So many things. I have a CV, actually. But Sukadeva Goswami, he didn't have a CV. That's amazing. Imagine. No CV. All right. Yes, I see that.
Thanks. My question was regarding the nature of the soul in connection with, if we're fortunate enough to go back to the spiritual world, which hopefully we all are someday, if the nature of the soul is unchanging, like Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, and it's eternal, if the soul originally was attracted to material nature and it came down to the material world because of its own propensities, and the soul is unchanging in its nature, what prevents, this recurrence from happening again? If we do, fortunately go back to the spiritual world, what prevents us from coming back? And is it that the nature of the soul really isn't unchanging in the sense that Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, or is it, some sort of information or knowledge that the soul has gained through these experiences? Or can you please elaborate on that? That's a doubt.
Yes. In a nutshell, on the topic that involves the question about the living being originally being in the spiritual world and then coming down to the material world and then going back again, and then can the living being come back again, is a topic that can stir up a lot of discussion. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm going to give it in a nutshell, therefore, and then take the lid of Pandora's box and put it back on. Pandora's box in Greek mythology, once the lid was lifted, all the evil came out and went into the world. So I'm going to keep it, put the lid back on, let a little evil out, but not too much. So, then I'm not going to enter into a follow-up discussion. In short, we can see how can the living being originally in the spiritual world was fully absorbed in loving service. That is his constitutional position. How can that living being ever come down from the spiritual world if he's fully absorbed in loving service? It is because the living being is an infinitesimal part of Krishna, and like the drop of the ocean. And the ocean is salty, and the drop is also salty, but in minute quantity. Therefore, Krishna is the supreme independence. Therefore, and he has unlimited independence, therefore the living being also has in his nature, because it's a part of Krishna, independence. But it is minute independence. If upon eternity the living being becomes aware that this minute independence is there, then the living being could realize, could ponder the thought, I could also be the master and the enjoyer instead of the servant. As soon as the living being ponders that question, the living being goes in another state of consciousness known as tatastha, marginal consciousness. From that marginal consciousness, tatastha, tata is not only a car, but or steel factories or whatever. Tata means the edge. It means the edge. So that is the edge. A neutral state where one is not engaged in service for a Krishna for a moment, and where one is not fallen yet. From that neutral state, tatastha, one could become attracted by the material energy and go down, or one could go back to the service of Krishna. If we have been in the material world, engaged in devotional service, got the mercy of pure devotees, and went back to Godhead, then when we are back in that spiritual world, if ever again over eternity, we come upon the thought that I could also be the master and enjoyer, which would be a temporary interruption of our service, and we would be immediately in the tatastha state, yes, then we will remember that we've already gone to the material energy before, saying, not going there, forget it, right? And we'll return to our service. Therefore, one comes to the material world only once. We will not again appear in this material realm. Only once. Yes, sir. I knew you had a follow-up question. That's why I said, I'm going to put a lid on Pandora's box.
Technically a separate question, not a follow-up.
I know this wrangling. I knew your question as soon as you lifted the lid of Pandora's box, all the evil came out.
If you will engage me.
Maybe not. Possibly yes, possibly no. Let's see.
So my question is then, we describe the soul as Satchitananda, but we're also describing this temporary state that you described as tatas. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but
yes.
In one sense then is the soul really not Satchitananda because it went.
The soul is Satchitananda, and even the quality is still there. It is just that the credit in the bank account is still there, but it can be temporarily frozen, right? And then, although you are a billionaire, you have no access to your money. So although Satchidanand is the real nature of the soul, it is possible for the soul to become covered by the material energy. And then the Satchidananda is still there, but now in a dormant state. So it can go in a dormant state, but it can never disappear. Therefore, as soon as we are in the material world, we are still looking for Ananda. Still. Therefore, the living being is Anandamaya Vyasat. Still looking for Ananda. So fundamentally, the nature doesn't change. Now I know this discussion can drag on, but that we have to save for a rainy day. And today, sorry, there was no rain today. So, not possible. Okay. So I don't want to drag it on. It is a Sunday program, which has a beginning and an end. So I thank you very much for being with us. Hare Krishna. And although you may think that you are the host and that you're hosting me here today in New Jersey, the truth is that I'm the host and I'm hosting you today here in New Jersey to bring you to maybe a little closer, if possible, to the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. So in this, so you may be regular visitors, but visitors nonetheless. And we have to find residence at Prabhupada's feet. And then we are sure to go to the spiritual world and stay there and be always absorbed in Satchidanand. Papers are being handed out, and here is Madhupati. And I'll give him the microphone.
So let's thank His Holiness Kanna Maharaj with a loud Haribol, Haribol, Haribol. Today's Sunday feast is sponsored by a few families. Sarva Sundar Prabhu for his son Drona's birthday. He can come forward. Santosh Nirmala Prabhu for his birthday. And then Nittai Prem Mataji and Gaur Prem Prabhu in memory of Gaur Prem Prabhu's mother, Savitri Sahani. If they are here, they can come forward.
Hare Krishna.
Drona. Oh, there.